This is the holiest place on earth. You see this wall? It's the Western Wall. It's a wall that should spark pain. That wall, after all, that's what survived the destruction of the Second Temple. Why then is this place so uplifting? And when you look at the Western Wall, and your first thought should be, this is a tragedy. This is what's left over from what the Romans didn't destroy. Why is it such an uplifting place? Why is it such a holy place? Why do people come here and are changed? And this, my friends, is not any night. This Tishah, the 9th day of the 5th month. Because this wall is not only what is left over, is not only what survived from the destruction of the Second Temple, but when the Mashiach comes, please God, it'll be soon. When the Messiah comes, what will happen to that wall? That will be the first wall of the Third Temple. So this wall is the first wall of the Messiah's temple. That's why this is a place both where we can sit on the floor and cry in pain on Tisha B'Av, where we weep, but it's a place where we can sing and rejoice. Hashem loves us. His Shekhinah, His glory, never left this place. Hashem preserved this holy place. And this wall, what is left over from the Second Temple, is going to be the first wall of the Third Temple. And that's why, look around you. Look around. Look at people. They're on the floor, and they're also happy. They're sad and rejoicing. What's happening? We're happy that Hashem is watching over us. Why are we fasting? God doesn't need us to have an empty stomach. We're fasting because we want to come close to Hashem. The role of the Jew is to be a light to the nations. We need to fast, not the nations. Why? Because we need to bring the light to the world. Isaiah chapter 60, verse 3. Arise and shine, for your light has come. The nations will go by your light. If you ask the secular scholar who destroyed the temple, you'd be told the Roman Empire destroyed it. If you asked a secular scholar who's responsible for the destruction of the First Temple, he would tell you that was the Babylonian Empire. If you asked the religious Jew, he would want you to know that we did it. Because we turned our back on HaKadosh Baruch Hu, this is what was possible. This is what happened. We didn't blame ourselves, not the Babylonians, not the Romans. That's why on this day, it marks a time of great sadness. You know, in the book of Zechariah, chapter 7, Jewish people had a question for this great prophet of God. Zechariah was one of 3 prophets that spoke during the Persian Empire. The Jews were returning back to their land. They had an edict from Cyrus that they can rebuild. And Jewish people wanted to know the following. They wanted to know, do we still have to fast? Must we continue to fast on this day? After all, the temple was rebuilt. Zechariah explodes. He asks the question, tell me, you think God needs your fast? You think God needs your empty stomach? It was all for you. So here we are. There are many thousands of people here from all over the world. From all over the world they're here. We're here to take inventory. We're here to rethink. We're here to consider the past and our potential for the future. You know, after all, there has to be a reason why books like Zechariah are pregnant with both so much criticism and so much hope. The book of Isaiah, so much criticism and so much hope. A messianic age. Why? Why are books like Ezekiel pregnant with so much criticism, but so much hope for the future, so much messianic prophecy? Why? What's the role of this? It seems extraordinary. It seems dichotomous. It seems odd, doesn't it? So much criticism, and then the Jews are told that you are to be an Or Lagoyim, a light to the nations. What's the message? You need to be here. You need to bring the world to the God of Israel. Isaiah 60 has to be fulfilled. Arise and shine, for your light has come. Yes, of course. Kings will go by your light. But Isaiah had a problem. His problem was, you are nowhere near that. His problem was that you, the Jews, you need to be way up here to be Isaiah chapter 42, verse 6. Isaiah 49, verse 6, a light to the nations. But right now, you're way down here. What are we going to do about it? And that's very much what this is all about. You see, gentlemen, this wall is a dichotomy. It's a contradiction. On the one hand, it's sad. It's a relic of a destruction. It reminds us of what happened 2,000 years ago. But yet, it's so euphoric. People come here are transformed forever. Where's the hope in this? Is this just a museum of the past, of a disaster? No. Because when the Messiah comes, and the true Messiah is going to come, what's going to happen to that wall? I mean, what becomes of the Western Wall in the Messianic age? It's the first wall of the final temple. It's the first wall of the Messianic temple described in Ezekiel chapter 40 through 48. So this place is so holy to us because of its contradictory nature. It reminds us of the pain of the past, but also the hope for the future. Zechariah, in response to the question in chapter 8, says the following in verse 19. Listen up. There's going to be a day coming in the future when these fast days are going to become days of joy and happiness, a messianic age. Let us hope that we see that quickly in our time. Shalom.